Good morning students. Welcome to my class. You are ready for my next class? In my previous class, I told you about basic steps of agricultural practices. Now, I will tell you about third important step of agriculture practice. That is replenishment of nutrients in the soil. Now, you know soil supplies mineral nutrients to the crop. These nutrients are essential for the growth of plants. Now, due to economic reasons, farmers grow crops in the same field year after year. But this is not good. Continuous growing of crops makes the soil deficient in certain nutrients and the soil loses its fertility. So, the soil nutrients should be replenished from time to time. So, this could be done by either natural methods or addition of manure or fertilizer. So, next I will tell you about natural methods to restore soil fertility. The fertility of soil is restored naturally by adopting different methods. There are different methods to restore soil. Now I am going to tell you first method, fallowing. Now what is fallowing? In this method, land is uncultivated, that is fallow. Fallow means free for one or more season. Now how is it done? The fallow land regains the nutrient by decomposition of remains of plants and animals by the action of microbes. So, in this way, the replenishment of nutrients take place. The next method is crop rotation. Now, what is crop rotation? Crop rotation is a method of growing different crops alternately on the same field. So, I am just giving one example. The farmers grow crops like wheat or you say barley in the first year. Now what happened? This is followed by growing leguminous plant. What is leguminous plant? The plant which have pod like pea or soya bean in the next season. Now what happened? This helps in replenishment of soil with nitrogen. Now you have studied about the bacteria called rhizobium, which is present in the root nodules of the plant. Now what happened? These bacteria convert atmospheric nitrogen into simpler nitrogen compound, that is nitrate, which can be easily absorbed by plant. So, farmers are being encouraged about this practice. So, I think you can understand this process. Now, the one more important method, that is mixed cropping. Now, what is mixed cropping? In this method, two or more crops are grown together in the same field. The crops are selected such that the nutrient requirements of one crop is fulfilled by the other. Leguminous plant such as leguminous crops such as pea, soya bean and cereal crops like wheat or rice can be grown together in the field. Cotton and groundnut are grown together. Now you guys can understand the process. Now I will tell you about another method, that is by manure and fertilizer. Use of manure or fertilizer is called manuring. These substances enhance the fertility of the soil. Now first I will tell you about the manure. What is manure? Manure is an organic compound that is rich in nutrients obtained by decomposition of plant and animal waste by microbes. Now there are different type of manure. First, I will tell you about the compost. Now, how compost is prepared? Compost is prepared by the decomposition of farm and domestic organic waste material like animal excreta, fecal material of human being, sewage waste, dry leaves, etc. In a compost. Process of producing compost is called composting. We may define composting as a biological process in which microbes decompose the organic matter to produce manure. But what happened? Compost is rich in organic nutrient but not in some essential nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. One more important manure is green manure. What is green manure? Some crops like sun, hemp or sesbania are grown in field before sowing the seed. They are then plowed back into the soil when seedlings are young. These plants decompose in soil and increase the fertility of the soil. They also provide protection against soil erosion and leaching. Now what is leaching? Leaching is the loss of water-soluble plant nutrients from the soil due to rain and irrigation. Now I will tell you about the fertilizers. What are fertilizers? Fertilizers are human-made chemical substances which are rich in one or more nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Now fertilizers are produced in factories. So there are some examples of fertilizer like nitrogen fertilizers. We can say urea, ammonium sulfate, sodium nitrate. Similarly, phosphatic fertilizers like superphosphate, ammonium phosphate. There are some more examples. Potassic fertilizers like potash, potassium sulfate, etc. Fertilizers have lot of advantages, but it have some disadvantages too. So disadvantage of using fertilizer. Modern agriculture depends greatly on chemical fertilizers. Excessive use of fertilizer increase the crop yield, but when get washed through the irrigation and rainfall, they reach the water bodies like river and lake. This causes water pollution. Now what happened? The polluted water is unfit for human consumption. It even kills the aquatic animals such as fish. Then fertilizers are non-biodegradable. Means it cannot be decomposed. So it can cause soil pollution. There is one more disadvantage of fertilizer, that is it does not add humus to the soil. To maintain the fertility of the soil, excess use of fertilizer should be avoided and use of manure should be promoted. These are the disadvantages. But fertilizers are useful too. Fertilizers are soluble in water. Actually, they occur in the powdery form. They easily dissolve in water and absorb by the plant and increase the crop yield. Similarly, they occur in powder form. So it is very easy to carry from one place to another place. It is very easy. We can transport it very easily. One more thing is that it is very easy to store them. So we can store them in sack also. In this way, it has lot of advantages. Now, come to the advantages of manure. The organic manure is considered better than fertilizers. What is the reason behind? This is because it enhances the water holding capacity of the soil. Now, how this happens? Soil organic matter has a natural magnetism to water. If the farmer increases the percentage of soil organic matter, the water holding capacity increases. Now come to the next point. Makes the soil porous. Now, how it happens? First, we have to understand what is porous. Porous means gap. There is a gap between the particles. Now, how it helps? Addition of organic matter such as compost or manure which provide nutrient for soil microorganism. The waste from these organisms makes the soil more porous and it creates space between the soil particles. Now the third step, increase the number of soil friendly microbes. How does the manure increases the number of soil friendly microbes? See, the organic matter of manure provide food for the soil microorganisms such as decomposers which help in making nutrient available to plants. Thus, manure increase the number of friendly microbes in the soil. Now the fourth is improves the texture of the soil. Soil texture is important because it determines soil characteristics that affect plant growth like water holding capacity, permeability and soil workability. So actually manure is an excellent fertilizer containing various nutrients. It improves soil structure, aeration, soil moisture, soil water holding capacity, etc. Now come to the next point. Add humus to soil. Now what is humus? Humus is the dark organic matter that forms the soil when dead plants and animal matter decays. Humus is important because it retains moisture in the soil, loosens the soil, permitting better irrigation and drainage, and also encourages the increase of soil organism which help make nutrients available to plants. When humus in soil, the soil will crumble. Air and water move easily through the loose soil and oxygen can reach the roots of the plant. It is not expensive and can be easily prepared from waste in the farm. Now next point, it does not cause water pollution. So now you understand what are the advantages of manure. But there are some disadvantages of manure also. What? They are bulky. So it is very difficult to transport. Second one, they are not nutrient specific, means they does not contain nitrogen, phosphorus or other things. So it is not nutrient specific. So I think you understand why is manure considered over fertilizers. Manure adds nutrient to the soil without affecting its fertility. It does not damage the crop and produce healthy plants. So now you understand what is the difference between manure and fertilizer. Now just explain parameters, fertilizers and here manure. Now the first parameter is nature. Fertilizers, they are inorganic salts. Manure, it is a natural organic substance. Preparation, these are prepared in factories, fertilizers. In manure, it is prepared in field by decomposition of animal waste, human waste and plant residues. Now the third parameter is humus. In fertilizer, it does not add humus to the soil. Manure, it provides a lot of humus to the soil. Now fourth parameter we can say amount of nutrient present. These are rich in fertilizer. These are rich in plant nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Manure, it contains less amount of essential plant nutrients. And the last but not least, cost. Fertilizers, they are very costly because they are prepared in factory. They are chemicals. Manure, it is not expensive. It is very easy. It is prepared in the field. Now we can see the examples. Fertilizers, urea and potash. Manure, sun, hemp or cispenia. So that's all for today. I will meet you with the next topic to my next video. If you have any question, you may leave a comment in comment box. Thank you.